What if I told you that the 50-pound bag of rice you bought today could still be perfectly edible and nutritious 30 years from now? Most people make critical mistakes when storing rice long-term that turn their emergency food supply into expensive bird feed. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the exact step-by-step method that preppers and survivalists use to store bulk rice for decades without spoilage, pests, or nutrient loss. I'll reveal the biggest storage mistakes that ruin rice, the essential supplies you need, and the proven techniques that guarantee your rice stays fresh for 20 to 30 years. Welcome to Financial Area, where we help you build financial security through smart preparedness strategies. If this video helps you protect your food investment, hit that like button and subscribe for more money-saving preparedness tips. Let's start with why most people fail at long-term rice storage. There are three silent enemies working against your rice right now: oxygen, moisture, and pests. Each one of these can destroy months or years of food storage investment in a matter of weeks. Oxygen is the biggest culprit because it causes rancidity and breaks down nutrients over time. Even in sealed containers, tiny amounts of oxygen will slowly degrade your rice. Moisture creates the perfect environment for mold, bacteria, and spoilage. And pests, well, they can turn your entire food storage into their personal buffet. Here's where most people go wrong. They buy rice, dump it into regular storage containers, and think they're prepared. But plastic containers from the store aren't airtight. Tupperware won't cut it. Even those expensive vacuum-sealed bags will eventually let air back in. You need a completely different approach for true long-term storage. Now, before we even talk about storage methods, you need to choose the right type of rice. This decision alone will determine whether your rice lasts 5 years or 30 years. White rice is your best friend for long-term storage. Brown rice contains oils that go rancid, giving you maybe 6 months of storage time compared to white rice's 30-year potential. When it comes to white rice varieties, long-grain white rice like jasmine or basmati stores exceptionally well. Short-grain varieties work too, but they have slightly higher moisture content. Avoid instant or minute rice. The processing reduces storage life significantly. Look for rice that's been properly dried and stored before you buy it. The grains should be uniform in size and color with no broken pieces, black spots, or signs of insect activity. If you're buying in bulk, examine the rice carefully. A few bad grains can contaminate your entire storage batch. When properly stored using the method I'm about to show you, white rice will maintain its nutritional value and taste for 20 to 30 years. Yes, you heard that right. 3 decades. The rice won't spoil, and while it might lose some vitamin content over time, it remains a valuable source of calories and carbohydrates. But here's what you need to watch for over time. Properly stored rice should remain white and smell neutral. If it develops a musty odor, yellow coloring, or any signs of insect activity, it's time to discard it. But with the correct storage method, you'll likely never see these problems. Now let's talk about what you actually need to store rice for the long term. You'll need 4 essential components: food-grade buckets, Mylar bags, oxygen absorbers, and proper lids. Each of these plays a crucial role in creating the perfect storage environment. Food-grade buckets are your outer protection layer. You want 5 or 6 gallon buckets made from high-density polyethylene, marked with recycling code 2. These buckets must be food-grade. Buckets that previously held non-food items can leach chemicals into your rice. You can find these at restaurant supply stores, home improvement stores, or online. Expect to pay around $8 to $15 per bucket. Inside each bucket, you'll place a Mylar bag. These aren't regular plastic bags. Mylar is a specialized material that creates an excellent barrier against oxygen and moisture. You need bags that are at least 5 millimeters thick, preferably 7 millimeters. Thinner bags will eventually allow air to seep through. A 5-gallon Mylar bag typically costs between $2 and $4. Oxygen absorbers are a container. For a 5-gallon bucket of rice, your small packets that remove oxygen from your storage you'll need about 1,500 to 2,000 cubic centimeters of oxygen absorption capacity. These usually come in 300 or 500 cubic centimeter packets, so you'd use 3 to 4 packets per bucket. Oxygen absorbers cost around 20 to 30 cents each. For lids, you have 2 options. Standard bucket lids work fine and cost about $2 each. Gamma Seal lids cost more, around $8 to $12, but they're much easier to open and reseal if you need to access your rice periodically. Before you even think about storage, your rice needs preparation. First, you'll freeze the rice to eliminate any existing insect eggs or larvae. Place your rice in the freezer for at least 48 hours, preferably a full week. This step is crucial because even high-quality rice can contain microscopic pest eggs that will hatch and ruin your storage. After freezing, let the rice return to room temperature completely. Any condensation needs to evaporate before storage. If you live in a humid climate, you might want to spread the rice in thin layers and let it air dry for a day to ensure low moisture content. Inspect your rice one final time before storage. Remove any broken grains, foreign objects, or discolored pieces. This quality control step prevents problems from developing during long-term storage. Let's break down the total cost. For storing 50 pounds of rice long-term, you'll need 2 5-gallon buckets at $12 each, 2 Mylar bags at $3 each, 8 oxygen absorbers at 25 cents each, and 2 lids at $2 each. Your total storage cost is about $36 for 50 pounds of rice. Compare this to buying rice as needed over 30 years. With inflation and price increases, you could easily spend 3 to 5 times more buying rice periodically rather than storing it in bulk now. The upfront investment pays for itself many times over. You can reduce costs by buying supplies in bulk. Oxygen absorbers are much cheaper when purchased by the hundred. Buckets are often discounted when buying 10 or more at a time. Many online suppliers offer package deals that include buckets, lids, bags, and oxygen absorbers together. Now for the actual storage process. Set up your workspace in a clean, dry area with good ventilation. You'll be working with oxygen absorbers that activate when exposed to air, so organization and speed matter. Start by placing the Mylar bag inside your bucket. The bag should reach almost to the top of the bucket with enough extra material to fold over and seal. Don't trim the bag too short. You need that extra length for a proper seal. Fill the Mylar bag with rice, leaving about 4 to 6 inches of space at the top. Gently shake the bucket to settle the rice and eliminate air pockets. You want the rice level and compact, but not crushed. Here's the critical timing part. Open your oxygen absorbers just before you're ready to seal. These packets start working immediately when exposed to air. You have about 15 to 20 minutes to get them into the bag and sealed before they lose effectiveness. Place your oxygen absorber packets on top of the rice, distributed evenly across the surface. Don't bury them in the rice. They work best when positioned near the top of the bag. Now comes the sealing process. Gather the top of the Mylar bag and remove as much air as possible by gently pressing and squeezing. You don't need a perfect vacuum. The oxygen absorbers will handle the remaining air.
Fold the bag opening over several times and seal it using a hair straightener, clothes iron, or impulse sealer. The seal should be continuous with no gaps or weak spots. After sealing the Mylar bag, place the bucket lid on top and secure it tightly. If you're using Gamma Seal lids, hand tighten them firmly, but don't someday. Testing your seal is crucial for long-term over torque. You might need to open them success. After 24 to 48 hours, your Mylar bags should feel firm and slightly vacuum sealed as the oxygen absorbers do their work. If a bag feels soft or loose, the seal failed and you need to reopen, add fresh oxygen absorbers, and reseal. Check that your oxygen absorbers activated properly. Fresh absorbers feel soft and powdery. Activated absorbers become hard and may feel warm initially. If they remain soft after 48 hours, they weren't effective. Label everything clearly. Include the type of rice, storage date, bucket contents, and any other relevant information. Use permanent markers or waterproof labels that won't fade over time. Create a simple inventory system to track what you have and when you stored it. For long-term maintenance, store your buckets in a cool, dry location with stable temperatures. Basements, pantries, and climate-controlled storage areas work best. Avoid areas with temperature fluctuations like garages or attics. High heat accelerates deterioration, while freezing and thawing cycles can damage your storage containers. Ideal storage temperature is between 50 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit, with humidity below 60%. Higher temperatures reduce storage life significantly. For every 10-degree increase in temperature, you can cut your storage time in half. Inspect your stored rice annually. Look for any signs of container damage, pest activity, or environmental problems. Check that lids remain tight and Mylar bags haven't been compromised. This annual inspection takes just a few minutes, but can save you from major losses. Consider implementing a rotation system even with long-term storage. Use older stocks first and replace them with fresh supplies. This ensures you always have the newest possible stored rice while maintaining your emergency reserves. Choose your storage location carefully. The area should be accessible but secure, protected from flooding, and away from chemicals or strong odors that could penetrate your containers. Consider multiple storage locations to spread risk. Don't put all your food storage in one area. Think about seasonal changes in your storage area. Basements might be cool in summer, but could have humidity issues. Upstairs rooms might have temperature swings. Monitor your storage environment through the seasons to understand how conditions change. Plan for easy access when needed. Store some buckets at eye level or on sturdy shelves. Keep a detailed inventory list separate from your storage so you know what you have without opening containers. Consider keeping one bucket more accessible for periodic testing or use. Following this method gives you decades of food security at a fraction of the cost of buying rice over time. Your properly stored rice will outlast most other food storage methods and provide reliable nutrition when you need it most. The initial investment pays dividends in food security, cost savings, and peace of mind. That's the complete system for long-term bulk rice storage. If you found this information valuable, hit that like button and subscribe to Financial Area for more money-saving preparedness strategies. What questions do you have about long-term food storage? Drop them in the comments below. And remember, the best time to prepare was yesterday, but the second best time is right now.